Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the KV-4 and the buff that it has received in update 7.1. And the buff was, well, quite substantial if you're looking at the armor. Enhanced hull armor 180 was the old number, it has 200 now. For the upper glacis plate, the joint between upper and lower glacis plates at the front has gone to 220 from 180. And the hatch in the front part of the hull, as well as the bow machine guns mounted, have gone from 120 to 200. So that means you don't have obvious weak spots anymore in your lower hull. KV-4 top turret 180 to 220 mils for the frontal side, so basically the cheeks. And the armor of the central part of the turret was even out at 150 millimeters. That's the part behind the gun mounted that was a bit strange. It had some weak spots, but still this tank is still. It is a beast. It is a heavy tank with a really punchy, weighty tank. You can ram people with it like no tomorrow, provided you get it up to speed, because it is slow as hell. And you might start thinking here and yelling at me, Martin, you're on Motherberg. Why the hell do you go on Motherberg? Why aren't you going on the top? Well, this tank is slow. I didn't want to get caught out on the flank. I didn't want to get caught out while trundling upwards because they had a Borsig, and that's why I decided to go on this side of the town and not push into the town either. They have a Tiger 2, they have a KV-4. We have two guys in the back taking strategic positions over there, the tank destroyers, and I can shoot this Tiger. There we go, and an angle, and that's what you will want to do in the KV-4. You will want to side script, you will want to be constantly turn your tank left and right, because if they have your side they will punch through. If they can aim at your weak spots they will punch through, because your armor, while it is at 220 or 200, those two numbers, it is still pretty much penetrable by most of the guns at tier 8, some of them even with your standard ammo, and let's not talk about tank destroyers at tier 8 and 9. But if you don't give them that much time to aim, then this tank has become more viable in the current meta. So this buff, while I think it is very welcome, it doesn't make it impervious. You can see I bounced that shot from the Tiger 2 just because I turned the tank in just in time to catch it on the tracks. This KV-4 has been way too aggressive, and he's completely open to me. And this Tiger now goes around, swings the turret around, and pens me straight through the front of my turret. Luckily, we can clear the KV-4, then start working a bit more on the Tiger. And this is basically heavy tank versus heavy tank, and just trading shots. We shoot. He shoots back. That's what the game is. And then I get whacked in the side by the Borsig. There we go. Thank you very much. And I was thinking, right, I'm gonna die here. I'll probably die now, but I catch this shot. I don't know where it was actually. I think on the turret side, and we can then clear the Tiger 2 and then roll forward into the Borsig for yet another kill. I played a bunch of games, little session today on the press account. I didn't want to rebuy this one on my main account because it's a very situational tank. I went into the town on Middelburg. I went to town. I basically took a spot in the town, tried to hold that one, and succeeded at it. And because I had some support, because I positioned myself carefully, making sure I had tank destroyers behind me, I was watching the minimap and thinking, I shouldn't push. I saw a few tanks on top of the hill, and then I think at that corner where you have those houses, that block of houses just edging away. It is not a straight line, it just makes a little turn. If you can sit over that, then you can just ever so slightly work your way back and lure the enemy around the corner into your guns, into your teammates' guns. And that's what you will want to do in the tank. The KV-4, it is a tall, heavy tank. And that means that its camo rating is just really bad. Of all the tier 8 heavy tanks, it's one of the worst. I think the VK100 OMP might be the worst one of all. But if you're in a tier 8 battle, then you're 81 out of 82 tanks in tier 8. And if you're in a tier 8 battle, I think you're going to be the bottom as well. You will be outspotted by basically everybody. They don't even have to come close, and you can't really find them either, because you have 240 mils in terms of view range, and tier 7 tanks have less. But they can drive around and then watch at you and spot you and keep you lit, and that's just That's all that's going to happen. I'm going to try to do the same thing here on Dead Reel. As you can see, this is a bottom tier matchup. We aren't the top tier tank here. And you can see what I'm trying to do here. Just slowly inch away again. Shoot this E75. Yes, track shot. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, our teammates don't make massive use out of it. We get a little bit of resistance damage, as you can see. We've blocked a little bit of damage. And this is what you will want to do. Go to a spot, make them find you, and then they start thinking, oh, look, that's a big Russian hit point pinata. Let's go in, let's go shoot the KV-4. Because it's a stupid tank. Yes, in a way it is a stupid tank. But that added armor has made it a bit more viable on the battlefield. That bounce on the front plate from the VK100 OMP, I don't think I would have been able to catch that shot on my front plate with the old KV-4. Luckily he didn't penetrate me through the track wheel. That would have been really bad, and I can punch through the top of the turret of the ST1 right over there. Thank you. That's a really good shot. 293 in terms of damage. A bit of a lowish roll. That's unfortunate. But you can also see that my team is melting. And I know that the Scorpion G is in the bottom left. I mean, SC75. The Scorpion G is in the bottom left, in Sector 7. Because he hasn't been spotted all game, and my team went into across the sea line fairly aggressively into Sector 9, and they didn't spot him. And I wanted to go towards base B, trying to get in there before I was being spotted, but you can see it is not going to happen. I am spotted here. I'm trying to turn around, and I should have gone forward, but I tried to stop to side scrape the shot, that the inevitable shot that the Scorpion was going to shoot at me. But yeah, I'm caught in the crossfire now, and it's just my hit points are just melting away. Getting shot 3 times by the standard B. I can't find the shot on the T-49. So I swing the tank around, which takes forever at glacial speed. Especially in soft terrain like this. Trying to do an HE shell on the Scorpion, but alas, it wasn't to be. The exp is down, and I'm getting shot at the ass by the T-49. But this is KV-4 gameplay as bottom tier, when your teammates don't really do well. And I'm not the best one in terms of damage, far from it, as you can see. But if you look at the XP, we're second in terms of XP because we get a little bit of assistance damage dealt, and I think we played this one fairly well. This was the best I could do in this matchup, I think. I couldn't have gone into the center. If I would have trundled up towards C-cap, it would have been way too slow. So let's just make the best of it. You have to go to a flank, you have to try to hold that flank, and then hope that your teammates support you. And that's why I'm also going on a wide flank over here. I noticed the lemming train of my team going into B. I noticed we had an AFK light tank, the LTTB. The ISU-152 is trundling forward all by itself, which is good somewhat, but he has to have a spotter. That tank is blind as a bat too. And he has a big gun, but they're going to sticking out of the front. I mean, I have a turret, he doesn't, so once he gets spotted, they will just rush him. And that's why I'm trying to find a shot here on the AMX M449. And once I noticed my teammates rolling in, I decided to go as well. I am spotted, but I don't really care. We have to get rid of this AMX M449, and then we'll just see what happens. And you can see what's happening to our ISU-152. That tank is going to go down. There's 3 red tanks on him as well. There's no movement yet on the LTTB. ISU-152 is down. And we're just going to go forward. We're not going to follow the IS-6 and the Rudy. I was thinking about turning right and then figured, yes, let's get this Cheeto SPG, who's getting harassed by the IS... What is IS-5? Yeah, IS-5. Shoot him. There we go. Thank you very much. First kill. And as much as this last game on Dead Reel was typical KV-4 gameplay, as in you try to maneuver around and you get outspotted all the time, this one is typical KV-4 gameplay as well, because we've lost the flank. Reds have got a lot of mobility still left, and that AMX M449 is still holding on for dear life. I decided to go on to B-cap because, for the love of God, I can't chase that bulldog. I can't chase a black bulldog. I can't chase a lurver. A lurver will make mincemeat of you if you don't wiggle around. If you will just sit, they will punch right through. So this buff to the KV-4, it is a welcome one. Make no mistake about that. It is also a good one. If they had made the armor up to, I'd say 240, 250 maybe, they would have had the Tiger 2 syndrome, you know, just overbuff it. If they had given the tank more in terms of speed, a mobility buff, then it wouldn't have been a KV-4 anymore. You get what I'm saying? This tank, what they've done with this buff, it's a subtle one, it's a welcome one, it is a needed one, but this tank may just have gotten a little bit better for regular players and trying to feather this shot in, and we hit that pipe over there. That's unfortunate. This tank will make, or this buff will make the tank survive just that little bit more in the hands of regular players. Really good players will make the KV-4 work. It will probably still be one of the worst performing tier 8 tanks. But if you're a good player, and if you know the maps, and if you know the team lineups, and you can start looking at the lineups, and you start thinking, right, with this lineup they should go here and here and here, etc., then you can make a KV-4 work. But if you aren't a Unicom player, or if you don't have that much experience yet on the game, and you're not used to slow tanks, and you have driven a lot of light tanks before you decided to go towards the line, the Russian heavy line, then having a little bit more in terms of armor to make you survive a bit longer is just very welcome. And this tank is as sad, it's not flexible, and I'm trying to make the most out of it. It's pathetic damage so far, 1000 only, but that's going to change. 160 block only, that's going to change as well, because we block a shot from the Bulldog. The Leichte Kampfpanzer penetrates us with an HE shell. I'm trying to angle towards the Löwe. That's another heat shell through the front. We're going to shoot him once. Yes, there we go. Bounce a shot from the Löwe, and then also from the Bulldog. And these two shots, I don't think I would have been able to bounce them with the old KV-4. And as said, it makes the tank a little bit more flexible, a little bit more... It gains a bit more survivability. It still isn't a really monstrously bouncy Carlson. This is a bit lucky with a high roll on the front of the Löwe. And how this guy didn't die from bumping into me is beyond me. But, oh well. He bounces now, and I can shoot HE and then pop the turret off. For 4 kills, 2442 damage, 1190 blocked. And this is the best as I could craft during that session. First class Top Gun. First class obviously because of capping bases, but this is the life of a KV-4. So please leave your thoughts in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. Will you be playing the KV-4 again? Will you start doing this line? And please leave your thoughts below as well as to what review you want to see next. Catch you all on the next one. Cheers, happy tanking.